Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I hope that you and your family are doing great. I hope that life is treating you well. And most importantly, I hope that you are in good health. Once again, welcome to the Common Sense channel. On this channel, we get to talk about those things that people know, that people have thought about, but don't often have the time to discuss. These, my friends, are the things we talk about here on the Common Sense channel. So today, I want to talk to you about a topic that I have done. I've done this topic in the past, and then I titled it People, Places, and Politics. But today, I want to talk to you about a topic that I would title Things Have Got to Change. And it's based on the current situation, events that are happening in the United States and in this country. So currently, there are huge raids going on across the country. Um, um, the president Donald Trump um, ran on this. He ran on a campaign. We all that were live in this country, we were here when the campaign was going on, and we all saw what and some of the things that went on during the campaign. And we all noticed and heard him talking about immigration and what he would do as president. So, having said that, for those of us that were listening and were paying attention during that entire campaign, during the entire election, we knew what he was talking about when he said on day one he would deport anyone, anyone that was living in this country illegally. He also stated that he is not against immigration. He's not against immigrant. He's only against illegal immigration. So this is just to summarize some of the things that he ran on. Immigration was one of them. So I want to talk about immigration. There are two forms of immigration. The first form of immigration is migrant. A migrant is someone that takes on a job in another country for on a temporary basis. So basically, that person is on a work visa or just working, make money, maybe 6 months, go back home. So their stay is not permanent. That individual is not here to stay. They're only here on a work basis. That's a migrant. So, an immigrant, on the other hand, it's someone that comes into the country maybe on a visa, maybe to study. It could be student visa. It could be for permanent permanent residence basis on a green card. It could be for religious reasons. It could be for visit. It could be for a business. Could be for business. It could be for like a refugee status. It could be for persecution or asylum. So it's a huge difference between the two, and sometimes they could be used interchangeably too, because some people mistake a migrant for an immigrant for a migrant, but it's the two difference based on status. So the status of the two is what's different. So I'm doing this video because I see a lot of confusion out there. And on the Common Sense channel, these are the things we talk about on the Common Sense channel. Things that people think about, people know, I've thought about, but don't often discuss. So these are the things we talk about. So yes, so I want to talk about this, but from a different perspective, because I see a lot of emotion, and I'm one of those people that don't dwell a lot on emotion, because emotion will get you in trouble. Emotion would ruin your chances in whatever you're doing. Even it could be a relationship. Emotion will ruin your relationship. Emotion will ruin your life. Every law maker or legislature or legislative branch do not base lawmaking or legislating a law on emotion. So I can understand for an immigrant going through that. I can understand because I'm also an immigrant. But I'm not a migrant. I'm an immigrant. I came into this country through the legal process and then walked my way out to where I am today. And I'm not advocating for Trump, but Trump has said this many, many times that he is not against legal immigration. He's not against legal immigration. He's only against illegal immigration. And I will say this, that immigration, whether migrant or immigrants, immigration in and of itself is a big business. And this business profits on human suffering. Profit on human suffering. I would take it to another level and say human suffering is on the stock exchange. It is. Because anyone that profit on another person's demise, that's evil. That's evil to another level. So when someone opened the border and say, hey, this is an open border, come in, and have all these people trekking thousands of miles into this country and then left them dry. That's how on the street, that's how they say it. You left the person dry. You left them with no option but despair and human suffering. And that's what they're going through right now. You left them nothing. I'm talking about the previous administration. You knew exactly what was going to happen to these people, and you set them up to suffer, to go through the humiliation that they're going through today. I think this has got to stop. Things has got to change. Fix the border. Come out with a comprehensive immigration laws that would make it easier for someone to want to apply, whether they're in South America, they're in Asia, they're in Africa, they're in Europe, they're in Australia, wherever they are in the world. Come up with a comprehensive immigration policy. I'm talking to you, Donald Trump. After you've done your mass deportation, do something. I'm talking to both houses, the Senate and the House of Representatives. Come up with a comprehensive immigration policy. This is your time, Donald Trump. You have both the House and the Senate to do what the Democrat didn't do. And now we have these people going through all of this. It is sad. But I'm not somebody that base my decision and my feelings on emotion. I base them on logic and sound reasoning. So, I'm going to talk on 3 phases on this video. The first one is government. The second is institution. And the third is people. But I may do them interchangeably. So, Donald Trump is resetting relationship with all of those countries. He knows them. You know yourself. You know who you are. I saw on the news the president of Colombia, the presidente of Mexico, talking about how they are going to retaliate. Do not base your action on emotion. If you may ask me, I say this is a reflection on you, that you, my friend, have let your people down. You have let the people of your country down. It is time for you, in most countries, in the South and the Caribbean, to sit down and think about how you can make institution work for your people. If you may ask any of these immigrants, especially the ones that were trekking thousands of miles up north to America, passing all these countries, passing all these South American countries, only to come up to America, they will tell you they are escaping poverty, they're escaping crimes, they're escaping this, they're escaping that. If these people may know this, America has all of the things that they, my friends, are escaping. America has crime here. America has poverty here. America has everything that you are running away from. But the difference is America's system works. There's policy for poor people in this country. And the system works the way they want it to work. And there are policies for people who want to get ahead. So there are policies for everyone in this country. Colombia, Mexico, El Salvador, Ecuador, wherever you are in South America, whatever country you are, create your own policies that will work for your people. If it's crime, try to eradicate crime. Try to eradicate crime so there's no crime in your country. Work. I know it's not easy. It's hard to eradicate crime. There's always going to be crime in the community, in the society, in the country, because you're dealing with humans. But you can mitigate. You can put in place, because people don't just get up and do stuff. It's a human instinct. It's a human need. You know, there's a psychologist. His name is Maslow. He created a hierarchy of needs. So if you in these countries, if you can focus on these needs, the needs of your people, and address them, there's no reason why the great people of Colombia, the great people of Mexico, or the great people of Ecuador, El Salvador, or any country in South America would trek, risking their lives, being humiliated, being abused, being exploited, just to come to this country and be turned right back. If your system is working, these people will only come here to have fun, spend their money, and go back home. If they come here, it's going to be based on mutual respect and understanding. This goes for all countries that are not providing the necessary necessities for the people to live and enjoy the wealth of their country or their countries. I know some of these countries, they're heavily dependent on America for aid. You can say no. You can say no. You can say to America, we can take care of our people. We can make our country great again. That's what Donald Trump is telling you. You know, here's one thing. Donald Trump saw that there have been presidents before him. He saw that they're not doing what they need to do. So he stepped up to the plate and say, you know what? The system is not working like it should. Let's make America great again. He saw what was happening. I believe there are leaders in these countries. I believe there are great men and women in these countries that can step up and say, you know what? Let's make our country great. Not again, but you don't have to take his slogan. But I'll tell you this, that slogan will never dies. Even if Donald Trump leaves this world, that slogan will never die. Because it makes sense. Make your country great again for your people. There's a country in South America called Venezuela. The great people of Venezuela never travel. Even if they did, it would be maybe just a visit. Gringo land, America, Canada, other parts of the world, but not to stay. They didn't have to because they had everything. They were the richest country. One of the richest country in South America, is true. But today, it's not where it used to be. What happened? So, think about it, these countries. Colombia, don't be saying, oh, we're going to do this to America, we're going to do that. As if Donald Trump is going to flank or flinch. Donald Trump is not going to flinch because you threaten to do that. It's not going to change. Donald Trump does not base his decision on emotion. Do you think Donald Trump is emotional? Do you think he's emotional? The man went and campaigned. He went and campaigned across the country. We're talking about an entire year of campaigning. And he went through the election, and the American people came in huge numbers and gave him a huge mandate. Do you think he's going to go out there and not do that? You had the previous administration brought all these people into this country, knowing that this is what's going to happen. Promise them and just leave them dry. The previous administration had two houses, the Senate and the House of Representatives. They could have done something for these people if they wanted to. And all these advocates all over the place, we're going to stand, we're going to do this. It's too late for you. You are not following the trend. You are not following the current event. You are behind. And all that threat with the federal government, you know you can't stand in the federal government way. You know you can't do that. You remember Little Rock, Arkansas, 9? That Josh Wallace refused to allow into that school? You saw what happened? Go read your history, and then you understand the power of the federal government. And some of you like to say it's a democracy. You need to stop that nonsense. Stop brainwashing our kids to believe that America is a democracy. America is not a democracy. America is a constitutional republic. For Christ's sake, it's time that you stop saying this stuff because it's a lie. The founding father never built this country on democracy. Never. We're talking about a time when women could not even vote. Women could not even be whatever they want to be. We're talking about a time of slavery, bondage, Jim Crow. That's the time we're talking about. And then for you to sit there, sons and daughters of immigrants, to sit there and tell the world that America is a democracy, it's either you're lying or you're deluded. I'm sorry to say this, but it's true. It's time that you stop running around talking about democracy, democracy, and let all these immigrants down. Have them humiliated like they are nothing. These are human beings from another country. And for those countries out there, you, my friend, you need to do a deep insight of yourself. You need to look inside of yourself. You need to re-examine your country. You need to re-examine the way your institutions are working. That's what this is. The only good that can come out of this is for you, countries out there in South America, across the globe, that are letting your people down, is for you to look deep down in your structure and structure yourself. In 2025, you cannot argue that America is exploiting you. This is not 1960. This is not the past. This is 2025. It's time for you to look within yourself, within your country, and see what you can do to make your country great so that your people won't have to go through this form of humiliation and disgrace. Fix your governments. Fix your system. That's what Donald Trump is doing. Donald Trump thinks the system is rotten. I am in favor of legal immigration because that's how I came here too. And I tell anyone, if you're in this country and you're illegal, it's time for you to go back. Every country has a border. Every country that I've been to some countries in Africa. Every one of them, even if it's a makeshift stick or metal or whatever they put together, they call it a border, or bricks. Whatever they build there and put a door to it, it's a border. You have to come through it. And when you're coming through it, you have to have papers. I remember some years back when we had a civil war in my country and we had to flee. We fled to neighboring countries. And there was one incident where we were forced to go under the power and control of UNHCR because the people of that country never wanted us in the country to just be walking around. So we had to go under the protection of the UNHCR, United High Commission for Refugees. And we're just fleeing a war. Every country on this planet had some form of immigration. So how the hell are you going to think that you're going to be in this country and you just roam around freely? And if you think they don't know who you are and where you live, a lot of people are thinking America don't know where you are. They do. They do. They know where all these people are. America knows. If you know how powerful American system is, you won't think like that. And for those people that have green card, go check your green card. Make sure your green card is not expired. Make sure that your status is intact, is correct. Do that. This is the time. And if you never thought about becoming a citizen, do that too. Just get all your papers straight, because if you get pulled over somewhere and your paper is not correct, man, you gone. You gone. That's the truth. So the difference between an immigrant and a migrant is one is here to work on a temporary basis, and then the other is here because of other reasons: school, business, work, related issues, research. It could be diplomatic. It could be, say, like if you're inventors. Yeah, America loves people like that. So yeah, you could be here on those bases. Yeah, as an immigrant again. So immigrants, they at some point they're documented. You see, so even if they hide, they'll still find them because they're documented. But migrant are also documented. But when you have like an open border policy like the ones the previous administration had that created this problem. This is the problem. They knew this problem was going to happen because every president is only given 4 years. And to know that the American people are that stupid, Americans are not stupid. They're not going to vote for you when you didn't do what you say you would do. You know, Americans, I don't know why a politician would think Americans are stupid. Maybe the generation before, but this generation is not. And I think people are getting more wiser. So yeah, I'm doing this video because I want to throw light on these areas, just like people, you know, the people, the government, and the institution. The people, the government, and the institution, or the government, institution, and people, these things have got to change. So whether we're talking about the government of this country, and I don't think politics is ever going to be the same with Donald Trump, because Donald Trump has set a new high. He has, whether you like him or not. You know, I'm independent, so I can say whatever I want to say. I can say things the way I think about it. I'm not beholden to no one. I'm not even registered in no party. But I only registered to the party that's doing the right thing for me, my family, the community I live in, my state, and this country. Yeah. So, yeah, if you're in any of these countries that see a huge deportation, you see your people coming back home, and the way they came back home, it's a sign that you failed them. And you need to do a deep thinking. You need to look deep down inside of your own system and fix it and make it work for your people. Because if you're born in Mexico, if you're born in Venezuela, if you're born in Ecuador, if you're born in Colombia, there's no reason why you should suffer. With all those resources that you have, there are countries in this world that don't have much resource, but they set the system to work. For example, Japan. Look at Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia did something that I think the whole world should learn from. They turned a desert. They turned a place that was dead. A place that people said nothing can grow. They turn it to an oasis. They turn it into paradise. If you're looking at it from another standpoint, that's your life. You can turn whatever situation, if you're an immigrant going through this, you can turn the situation that you are in into paradise, like how the Saudi did in Saudi Arabia. You can turn a dry place into paradise. And I think we should set new rules for 2025. Human suffering must never be a way for anyone to benefit or prosper. We should set a new laws that human suffering should be out of anyone's means of prospering. No one, absolutely no one must benefit from human suffering. It must not be on the stock exchange. It must not be any form of investment or means for someone to get rich. Human suffering must be out of that. Because we want a world where everyone is enjoying the benefit, the resources of each of the nations. You know, the world should not be based on a globalist perspective. Those people that are advocating for globalist perspective, no. I often ask them the question, so how are you gonna distribute resources if you're a globalist? How are you going to do that? Those less privileged countries or those less uh, unfortunate countries, how are you going to give them their own resources if you're from a globalist perspective? Take care of your people. Take care of your country. Make your country great again. That's what Donald Trump is saying. And all those countries that depends on America for aid, I think it's time that you say no. Say no. Say no for Christ's sake. Say thank you. You should be the one to say, hey, have this, not give me, give me, give me, give me all the time. Say, America, we're rich now. Here's something. Let's reset our relationship. Let's make our relationship on a mutual basis or at a mutual level. You respect me, I respect you. Take care of your people. That's what Donald Trump is telling you. Colombia, Mexico, Africa, wherever country you are from Africa, take care of your people, you government. And if your people are going through this humiliation, it's because of you. You have failed your people. You have failed them miserably. And my heart goes out to all of them. All of them. So, for the government of America, Donald Trump, you say you're going to make America great again. Now, you have to do something about immigration. You have both the House, you have the Senate and the House. It's a full mandate. You guys need to come up with a comprehensive immigration laws so that those people that are deported from this country, they can go back home. Whether they are immigrant, they broke the laws, whether they're migrant who broke the laws or are here legally, so that way they can apply the right way. But if you didn't give them the choice to apply the right way and you open the border, what do you think they would do? And another thing again, when you are broadcasting America to the world, I know America does a good job with this. Let America know where the poor people live. Let the world know that there are poor people in this country. Show them where the poor people live. Don't just show them the glamorous things, skyscraper, all the beautiful things. Let them see the other side of this country so that way they can evaluate their journey. So that way they can decide whether they want to trek thousands of miles to here, to this country. Let them see that not all is bright and beautiful in America, that there are poor people here. In fact, the gap between the poor and the rich is getting larger every day. And it's been that way for the past maybe 20 years. Let the world know that Americans are struggling. They're struggling in droves. Let them know that there are poor people in this country. Let them know that the roads, bridges, and everything is crumbling. Let them know, because that way they're going to get a different view of this country. It's coming from the Common Sense channel. And this channel, that's what I do. Talk about those things that people know. They've thought about but don't have the time to discuss. So this is for all those government out there. Don't be standing using emotion. I've never seen a man that benefited from emotion. The only thing emotion can do to you is destroy you. It can destroy your relationship. It can destroy your friendship. It can make you not to think right or straight. So stop using emotion all these countries. Look deep down into your own system. Fix them. And then reset your relationship with America. That's what Donald Trump is doing. He's resetting everything. In fact, he went ahead and canceled all aid. Basically, he's telling you he's resetting his relationship with you. It's what the mass deportation is about. He's resetting his relationship. America is resetting her relationship with the rest of the world. Can't you get it? It's a new day, a new dawn. And it's time that these governments in these countries can create systems, institutions that will work for the betterment of their people so that they won't have to travel that long distance and be abused, murdered, and trafficked just to come to this country. When the same things that they are, or situation they're running away from is right here too. So take care of your people. Take care of your country. Restructure yourself. Look deep down in yourself, you politicians in these countries, and fix your country. Fix your system. And then once you've done that, reset your relationship with the United States of America. Don't blame Donald Trump. He ran on this, and the people of this country supported that. As I've always said on my video, the greatest thing that can happen to anyone, and that goes for the migrant, it's not the day you were born, not the day you came into this world, not the day you had your first car, the day you moved into your first apartment, graduated from high school, college, got your degree. The greatest thing that can happen to any man is the day you discover yourself. Because from that day on, everything, absolutely everything will start to make sense to you. So if you're a migrant out there or immigrant that have been deported, go to your various countries. Look into your country. Look at the system and ask yourself, what can I do to make my country great? Ask yourself that question. You have the potential, you have the talent, you have the gift. Use that to make your country great. It's painful, but it's a time for you to reflect on yourself and make that change. I hope that you and your family are okay, and I hope life is good, and I hope you're safe. Whatever you do in this world, focus on the self. And I want to thank all these people that continue to watch my videos. I want to thank you from my heart. I also want to thank those people that have subscribed to my channel. I thank you. And I hope that you get this message and dwell on it. You can leave a comment if you want. That's good. I will reply to them. But above all, think. Don't be distracted by all these people trying to prey on your emotion. Think for yourself and make a change that will benefit your country and your people. Take care. Peace.